How you doing, everybody? It's Aaron Blue Eyes back with another Dragon's Dogma 2 character creator and storage update. So we're on the twilight hours of the game's launch, which is March 22nd on Friday, and spent the last 2 weeks working on both my Arisen and my Pawn, and I pretty much got them the way I want them. So we're going to start off with my Arisen, showcase these guys. So I made two different ones. I started off with this one right here, and my Arisen is supposed to be kind of based on me, which is what I do in most games, that you can make a character, make myself in the game. Physically, the body on this Arisen is not where I am in my current life. I did used to be like this, but not anymore. And my face, after I ended up making them based on the head preset I started off with and showing it to my sibling Jill, was like, yeah, your Arisen looks more like our cousin Matt than you. So enter Arisen 2. So this one does look way more like me, and I am out of shape right now. I just had a double hernia surgery, so I am fat Aaron. But the facial features are a lot better and more accurate to the way I actually look. So just take a quick look at the options that we picked for myself. So I'm just about 6 feet tall. I am a thief for my starting vocation with the Somber Soldier 4 voice option, and we can go ahead and scroll lighting around me, which is cool that you can do that, and toggle the equipment on. So there's gonna be a thief, and some of the hard things that I had difficulty with getting right was my jawline, and really getting my nose just right, and the angle of my eyes and whatnot. So I got those pretty good, and hair color is pretty good to what I have in reality. I think the only thing that's left outstanding is my eye color. So I do have blue eyes, and a majority of my family does have blue eyes, but my dad's eyes are got a lot of gray blue, and I'd have to just talk to Jill in person to ask their opinion of whether or not they think I should have a more blue vibrance, or if I'm kind of good where it is now with a little bit of a blue gray. Another thing that I added was, because I had that double hernia surgery, I ended up with scars in my stomach, and we can only put 2 scars on our main part of our body. So I used one for my forehead, which I have from an old injury when I was a kid, rolling around in a radio flyer wagon with one of my friends and his older brother, and he was going around a corner really fast, and the radio flyer wagon went flying, and so did me and my friend Keith, and I went face first into a stack of firewood. Ended up with blood gushing all over my face, and went back home, which was the house right next door to my grandparents' house, my Nana and Pop-Up's house, and it was like, Mom, yeah, I hurt myself. And I just remember my mom opening her bedroom door and screaming bloody murder, because I guess I was covered in blood. Went to the emergency room and everything was fine, got some stitches. But yeah, so this is my Arisen, and it's kind of dirty too. I wanted to kind of give a little sense of realism. We're not exactly living in modern times in this game, and you're out and about, and the times that your character is able to probably take a bath is less than the conveniences we have in today's modern society. So let's go ahead and finalize that. I named him my name, Aaron, and the moniker is Arturo, which had a meaning. I looked it up on Google to see what the name meant, and it's something that kind of aligned with my personality, if I remember correctly. I'm just going to do it again real fast while I'm streaming. No, Arturo, spell it correctly. Arturo. And it is taking forever on my phone to look this up. Arturo name. And that's not what I got the other day. Oh, okay, here we go. So it is Arturo of Spanish and Italian, as well as Portuguese descent, and as well as Celtic, and my family is Irish, English, French descendants, and it stands for bear, so signifying strength and power. So I thought that was kind of cool, even though since I couldn't put my actual name in, I decided to run with that. So we'll confirm this and hit yes. Alright, return the title. Now we're going to take a look at the recreation of Thaddeus Maximus, my pawn from the very first Dragon's Dogma, recreated as a 2.0 version of himself. A kind of cool thing of note is that Dragon's Dogma did a Capcom and Dragon's Dogma specifically, the developer and publisher, did a contest for pawns when the Dark Arisen version of the game was released, and I entered it with Thaddeus, and he ended up winning North American official pawn by Capcom for this worldwide contest. So what they did was they had they broke it up by male and female, and people could submit a photo of their pawn for the contest, and they had two prize categories: overall global, worldwide, male and female pawn. And those individuals got swag, which included a sling bag backpack, a t-shirt, a thermos, and a copy of the Dark Arisen game for the platform of their choice. And then what happened was, outside of those two grand prize winners, what they did was they had winners per continent. So there was, a male and female for Africa, a male and a female for other continents, as well as North America, South America, etc. And Thaddeus here won North American male pawn. So that was really cool. Thaddeus was a real benefit to a lot of players in the first game. I actually made a lot of friends on Xbox Live because of Thaddeus and him helping other Arisen in their journeys. And he also was in the top 100 pawns worldwide for a decent amount of time. So it would be great if he were to get in the leaderboard again on Dragon's Dogma 2. And I built him based on the version I had on the old game. So he had some scars from various battles. So what I did was I kind of came up back with backstories for the different scars. So the scars across his face was from a wolf attack. Got close to his eyes, but didn't affect his eyes. His left arm has scarification burns from using his shield to block from Drake and Dragon fire, as well as when mages or sorcerers would enchant his shield with a fire enchantment. Over time, that builds up and fucks your skin up. He's got scars on his right arm and forearm, just from, dealing with multiple battles over the ages, as well as some whip lashings on his back from venturing into the Beastren realm, which the Beastrens don't take too kindly to pawns, and they feel that pawns are part of the reason for the Red Dragon's calamity. And last but not least, a boulder landed on his left kneecap and busted it, so some surgery had to get performed to rebuild his knee. So that's other than the dirt, that's all of the injuries that Thaddeus has sustained over the course of his life, defending and helping Arisen on their journey to defeating the Red Dragon. So we're pretty much ready to go for when the game launches. When the game is available, I'll live stream my play through of the game, and I wonder how the import of the characters are going to work. Hopefully it's a pretty seamless process and isn't too difficult. But I just wanted to showcase my Arisen and Pawn before the game launches. That way when the game launches, we can just import these characters and dive right into the story. He is a fighter, and he has a calm vocation, or I should say inclination. Sorry, vocation is fighter. And I was going to go with straightforward, but decided not to, because in the first game, like a lot of people that hired Thaddeus, including friends of mine, or people that became friends of mine because of Thaddeus's usefulness in combat, was that his character wasn't like just he was aggressive, but he wasn't dumb. And an example was one of my friends, Rifter, was in the Fallen City in Bitterblack Isle before fighting the Dark Arisen, where the Minotaurs are running around and trying to bull rush pawns and Arisens and fling them off the cliff. And Thaddeus was the only pawn in his party, including his own pawn, that did not get thrown off a cliff. And my friend actually almost got thrown off the cliff himself, and Thaddeus ran over to my buddy, grabbed his Arisen, and saved him from falling off the cliff. And, ultimately they won the battle because Thaddeus was able to help facilitate not preventing a total party wipe. And it's stories like that I thought made him cool in combat. And so I think calm was the best inclination to start him off with, because of the idea of them being rational, shrewd and strategizing. Like, I want him to be, aggressive in combat, but I want him to not just be impulsive, like what Straightforward says. They'll just run right into combat, but they'll have little regard for the tactical situation they're in or their own safety. Whereas Calm will, rather than maybe just heading straight into combat, might notice a cliff and flank and push the enemy towards the cliff, or help the Arisen leap off his shield to jump in the air and get some strikes off on some harpies if they're not a ranger. So I think Calm was the best inclination for his play style, at least to start off with. And once we start playing, we'll see how that works and adjust him accordingly. So we'll finalize Thaddeus. Name Thaddeus and moniker Thad for short. Alright, so that's it. We just took a look at Fat Aaron Arisen and Thaddeus, recreation from the original game. And we will continue streaming once the game goes live. Thanks for watching. Until next time, peace.